Hi, this is Miss Harrell, and we're going to talk about Unit 6, Lesson 3. I can determine if a scatter plot is linear or nonlinear. Let's talk about words that we may or may not have heard. Scatter plot. So scatter plot is, so far we've been talking about graphs and functions that are very specific. The lines are very perfect, they're very detailed. But real life isn't always perfect, and it's not always in such great detail. So scatter plots are real life data. It's how they're tracked. So each of these points is a specific point in time. Now, let me figure out how to draw again. When I am drawing, I want to see how this, I've got to go backwards. I want to see how this data tracks. And I've gone too far. Okay, for number one, if I'm looking at this data, there's not really any discernible pattern. It's kind of scattered all around. I sort of see a line here, but I can't draw a particular line from one side to the other. Now, number two, I can take and I can pretty much draw up and over right there. So what I see is a non-linear pattern of sorts, but it's not completely in a straight line. Now this one, although we've got this scattered here, I can kind of draw my pencil straight through and pretty much draw a straight line, and the straight line's going down, right? I'm starting here and the line's going down from there. So let's look at a couple other examples. What do I see about this line? Well, this line, if I'm following the pattern, it's kind of gonna swoop here, or it might be straight with an outlier. And this one, it's kind of got a pattern going down. This one's kind of got a pattern going up. So this is what real life data looks like. So how do we talk about what positive and negative is all about? So when I'm looking at a positive correlation, I'm trying to figure out how to, there's my pen. When I'm looking at a positive correlation, what I'm going to look like is that we have a bunch of dots that generally go up in a right line from left to right. The points are generally going up. When I'm looking at a negative correlation, actually, let me erase those because I want to show you that it can look a little bit different. It doesn't have to be left right there. So a negative correlation is generally going down, okay? Because there's four quadrants. Now, no correlation means there's no discernible line in the data that we're seeing. And a nonlinear is one that when you trace it, it's going to swoop and curve. It's not necessarily one straight direction, okay? So this is a positive correlation. We have, let me change my colors to yellow. So we have a positive correlation. If I draw a highlighter through that line, line is generally going positive from left to right. A negative correlation, it's generally going down from left to right. No correlation means that when I'm tracing my line, there's nothing particularly there to trace. And nonlinear means that I can trace a line, but when I'm tracing the line, it's not a straight line. Okay, so let's go to